Just wanted to show the engine on my pickup. We just left the tranny hanging there by the rope. A jack on there, but we wanted to roll it. It's easy to roll. This engine horse doesn't roll very good on the dirt. I don't have a concrete slab out here. But anyway, I'm going to show you something. This is oil leak. I suspect by the patterns of oil that are down here that it was coming from the valve cover gaskets because the seal looks pretty dry. One thing I'm just noticing is a screw missing out of this little cover. See, this screw's there, but it's missing. So I'm just wondering, maybe oil was pouring out of there. I don't know. There's oil here, but that's coming out of the oil filter. I'd actually poked a hole in there when I was with my ratchet getting the torque converter to flex plate bolts out. And let me show you the shoulder bolts that hold the flex plate. And one of them, the corners had rounded off. I was using those sockets that have the stars on there. And I found a 6-point socket. I almost thought I wasn't going to get that out. Doesn't have to maybe weld something to it. One of the bolts, the heads had rounded off. But I was able to hammer on a socket on there, a 6-point socket, and get it out. I'm going to use all no bolts on there. There's the 2 brass plug freeze plugs. Let me show you those rubber freeze plugs. It's back in there. Behind the oily vest, you can see one of those rubber ones in there. I need to change those. I need to pull that mount. There's 2 freeze plugs there. There's one under the front. That you can tell this one was leaking. I'm pretty sure that's back under where the power steering pump sits. So I'm sure that's the one that I don't think I got this pickup used. There's about 150,000 miles on it. So it's possible somebody had this engine rebuilt, but I don't know. I'm going to guess that's probably the freeze plug that was in there when it left Detroit. Or I think it was Indiana, actually. Because there's a sticker on the door that says somewhere in Indiana. But you can tell that one was leaking. Along with a handful of other things on there. I just ran straight water through there. I'm surprised that hasn't caused more trouble with 250,000 miles on there. You can see it's an oily mess. There's the plastic valve covers. Yeah, those sound like plastic. I got to get that up on the stand so I can take those off, start cleaning them up a little bit. I'm not going to clean it up nice and pretty, but I'm going to get it a little nicer. So it's not quite the oily best to put back together. Spend probably day today taking it apart, cleaning stuff. Have a friend of mine run over, get parts. It was the only thing I own. Right now, this is the only thing that I own that runs or did run. So I need to spend today, probably get it finished today, put it back in it tomorrow, have it running sometime tomorrow afternoon. If I'm a real eager beaver, I can probably do that. Or if I'm lazy, might have it running by Sunday. That's no big deal. I was born with a screwdriver in one hand, wrench in the other, and a voltmeter in my back pocket. Now let me get to this hoist, because I got a really wild story. This is a long time ago. I loaned this to some people. Anyway, the guy told me he wanted to get it. There was a car out in the desert somewhere. They've been there for years. You just gotta go out there and get the engine out of it. So I loaned it to him. He said he was out here, and him and his father were out there getting the engine. Said the next thing they know, the Maricopa County Sheriff's Department is got their helicopters out there. They charged these guys with grand theft auto. They said that the car was stolen, and they were stripping it out in the desert, which was this is a story they told me. What the truth is, I couldn't tell you. But anyway, this hoist, well, it got impounded with their car that sat in the back of an El Camino for a couple of months in an impound yard. And finally, these guys got out on bail or something. And finally, these guys got back with me and give me my horse back. And I thought I was going to end up losing it. I said, this is probably 30 years ago or 40 years ago, something like that. Now, I bought this at the Costco. The Costco's still there, but this is back when the Costco on 33rd and Indian School. This is one of the only Phoenix Costco's. This was back in about 86, as I remember, just before I met Sherry, the mom of my and her little daughter. But anyway, it come in 3 boxes put together. Now that would put it 40 years. You can see it's served its job well. It's got a few. That cylinder looks like it's original, but the cylinder is about the third hydraulic cylinder. There used to be in downtown Phoenix where Greyhound Park was. I don't think it's there anymore. I don't know what's down there. I haven't been down in a long time. But 40th Street and Washington, the old Greyhound Park. On Sundays they would have a swap meet down there. There used to be people that would sell tools down there. This was long before Harbor Freight was around. I think that's where this cylinder came from. It came from that swap meet down there. I think. I might have bought. I didn't buy it from Harbor Freight, but there was a couple people down there that had Harbor Freight style, that Chinese crap that Harbor Freight sells. Used to be some tool dealers down there. Anyway, if tools could talk, that one's talking, giving its wild story. If that engine could talk, it would tell us wild tale us too, probably. Because I don't know the story of the people that owned this pickup before I had it. I bought it down at WSM in like 2014. And I drive stuff till it's junk. I drive stuff till I can't fix it no more, and then park it. Bye.